Because adopting DevOps can be overwhelming, I want to share with you my 5-step approach to adopting continuous delivery that can act as the starting point for your DevOps transformation. I've cut away all the fat. There is nothing here that is not essential, so you can easily distinguish between what must be done and what can be deferred for a later time. Step 1 is repeatable. The goal of this step is to be able to reliably and consistently create or recreate a build of your software at will. Step 1 has just 3 requirements. First of all, everything required to build your software must be in version control. Everything. Second, you must create a set of automated build scripts. Somebody building software by clicking a button or a menu item in an IDE is no longer acceptable. And third, you must have an automated smoke test. This smoke test isn't a comprehensive test suite that we'll get to in later stages. The smoke test merely performs a few of your most standard operations to make sure that the basic functions of the software work. Step 2 is deployable. Our goal with Step 2 is to be able to take the software that we created in Step 1 and deploy it to development, QA, or any other pre-production software environment quickly, easily, and consistently. Our one and only requirement for this step is an automated deployment script that allows us to specify what environment we want to deploy to. And while it isn't required, an artifact management system such as Artifactory or Nexus can simplify this step. Step 3 is trusted. Our goal with Step 3 is to automatically determine if a build of the software is good enough to go to production. Now, it's worth noting that while this is Step 3, it is often a good idea to start this step first, as it's usually the step that takes the longest for existing software. If you're starting with a brand new piece of software, feel free to defer this step until after Steps 1 and 2 are completely done. Otherwise, you might want to get it started as soon as possible. There are 2 basic requirements for Step 3. First, you must have an automated functional test suite that verifies all of its features will work. Second, you must have an automated test suite that shifts left on all of the non-functional requirements your software must meet. Depending on your organization, this can mean security checks, performance checks, accessibility guidelines, or cross-platform checks. Step 4 is production deployed. At this point, you've completed much of the hard work that's required, and you're about to make the leap to continuous deployment. First, you must have a process and system for managing secrets such as passwords or other sensitive configuration information. You should never store these secrets in version control alongside your software. This is the realm of specialized software such as HashiCorp's Vault or AWS Secret Manager. Second, you need to modify the deployment scripts you created in Step 2 to also be able to deploy to production. It is very important to use the same scripts to deploy to production and pre-production environments. If you use separate scripts for production and pre-production deployments, you introduce a lot of risk and may have invalidated all the work you did testing up to this point. Now, I know that I said I'd give you a 5-step process for continuous delivery, but that was kind of a trick. The fact is, after you've completed Step 4, you're doing continuous delivery. Step 5 shows you how to extend all the work you've done up till now to get even more business value out of it. Step 5 is business optimizing. The goal of Step 5 is to enable the business, usually the product team, control when and how new features are made available to customers without having to redeploy the software. First, Step 4 should be deploying software production regularly. Ideally, this is done every time there's a new trusted build, but it is acceptable to have that deployment happen on a scheduled basis, such as daily. Second, you need to adopt a feature management system. Feature management systems separate deploying the software from releasing of features. They allow the business to control the release of features without having to involve development or operations people. Your feature management system should support variation testing, such as A/B testing, multivariate testing, or even more advanced reinforcement techniques such as multi-armed bandits. Ideally, your feature management system will also let you control who you release a feature to. This allows you to release features to beta testers or other groups you want to release software to before a wider release. Third, you need a process for removing unneeded feature flags once that feature has been fully released in production. Once a feature has been fully released, those flags are just extra complexity and they can build up over time and become a real maintenance nightmare. There you have it. Once you've completed Step 5, you have a technology infrastructure that supports rapid optimization and learning. This is a significant competitive advantage. That's all I have for you today. I hope you found this introduction to DevOps both interesting and useful. Thank you, and have a great day.